I still remember that morning like it happened 5 minutes ago. The sunlight was barely filtering through the blinds. I was sitting on the kitchen counter, enjoying my first peaceful sip of coffee. Everything felt calm, ordinary, until I checked my email. There it was, a transaction alert from my bank. I almost scrolled past it, assuming it was just the usual groceries or utility bill. But something made me stop. The number looked wrong. $50,197.49. From a high-end jewelry store downtown. I blinked, rubbed my eyes. Read it again. No, it wasn't a glitch. That was my credit card. Name. My account. I sat frozen for a second, the kind of frozen where your brain tries to catch up with your gut. The jewelry store. I knew that place, exclusive, flashy, the kind of place you look into but never actually go inside unless you're buying an engagement ring or something scandalous. I called the bank immediately. While I was on hold, my mind was racing through names, faces. Who could have done this? Who even had access to my card? My husband. Well, we share finances. My son. He wouldn't even know where to use it. And hit me. My daughter-in-law. The realization came with a strange sort of thud, like something dropping inside your chest. She and I have always had a polite relationship. Not close. Not hostile. Just distant. She's the kind of woman who smiles too perfectly, compliments too loudly, and yet somehow always makes you feel like you're not enough. But she had been in the house 2 days ago. I remembered it clearly. She had stopped by unexpectedly while my son was at work. Said she was just in the neighborhood. I offered her tea, she declined. She stayed 15 minutes. That same day I couldn't find my purse. Had been moved. I had brushed it off at the time. Thought I was just being forgetful. But now I wasn't so sure. I hadn't said anything yet. I didn't want to believe it was her. But the next thing I found. It changed everything. I didn't confront her right away. Honestly, I wanted to be wrong. But something in my gut said I wasn't. So I stayed quiet. Waited. That evening we had dinner at my son and Emma's house. Just the 4 of us. Roasted chicken, some red wine, polite conversation. She laughed a lot. A little too much if I'm being honest. And that's when I saw it. A sparkle on her wrist. Not just any sparkle, it was Cartier. A solid gold, diamond-encrusted bracelet. I'd seen that exact piece in the store window years ago while walking downtown. The same store from my bank statement. 'Twas new. No doubt about it. She caught me staring and casually said, "Oh, this. A little treat I got myself. Every woman deserves one, right?" She sipped her wine, not breaking eye contact. Smiled. But something inside me went cold. The next day I checked my bank app again. The charge had gone through. The jewelry had been picked up in-store. Signed under my name. They even had a delivery option. But someone chose to collect it in person. She'd walked in. Used my card. Signed my name. I called the store pretending to be myself. Told them I'd lost my card and someone might have used it. The woman on the other end was kind but firm. It was picked up by a woman, tall, brunette, wearing a cream coat and Chanel sunglasses. She said you were ill and sent her on your behalf. That described Emma exactly. I had all the proof I needed. But instead of calling her out, I made a decision. I was going to let her hang herself. That's when I came up with a plan. A quiet, polite revenge she never saw coming. And it all started with a dinner invitation. I waited 3 days. 3 days of pretending everything was normal. Smiling. Laughing. Even texting Emma to thank her for the lovely dinner. Then I sent out the invitations. I planned a family dinner at my house. My son, Emma, a few close friends, and just enough relatives to make it feel like a celebration. Told everyone I had some big news. Emma replied within minutes. "Can't wait. Should I bring anything?" I smiled at my screen. "Just yourself," I replied. The night of the dinner, everything was perfect. Candles, wine, music, laughter. I gave a little toast about family, and Emma even gave me a hug afterward. That's when I handed her the small, neatly wrapped box. She looked confused. "What's this?" "A gift," I said. "Something that belongs to you." She opened it slowly. Inside was a copy of the $50,000 jewelry bill. She went pale. Her smile vanished. I don't understand," she stuttered. You stayed calm. "You should. You picked it up, signed my name, and wore it to dinner last week." The room went completely silent. My son looked at her, stunned. She looked at me, wide-eyed, cornered. Still calm, I turned to him and said, "I didn't press charges yet. But I will, unless she confesses. Right now." You won't believe what she said next, and how the truth shattered everything she thought she could get away with. Emma's hands trembled. She looked at my son, then back at me. "Okay, fine," she whispered, voice barely audible. "I made a mistake. I used your card just once. I was going to pay you back." The room buzzed with murmurs. I kept my eyes locked on hers. "You spent $50,000 on a mistake?" "One mistake with matching earrings, necklace, bracelet, and a designer bag?" Her face turned red. She was shaking now. And then, right there in front of everyone, she broke. "All right. I took the card, okay? I thought you wouldn't notice. You always say I have good taste. I didn't think it would go this far." My son's jaw clenched. He stood speechless. And that's when I delivered the final blow. "I already spoke to the jeweler," I said. "Told him I'd be returning everything after the police report is filed." He gasped. "You said you wouldn't press charges." "No," I corrected. "I said I hadn't yet. But now everyone knows." Emma left that night. Quietly. No yelling. No begging. Just silence and a slammed door. My son. He stayed. Talk. Luck. And for the first time he saw the person Emma really was. Someone who would betray family and lie until the very end. A week later, the jewelry was returned. No charges were filed, on one condition. She signs a confession and agrees never to contact our family again. She did. And now, let's just say I eat my dinners in peace. No theft, no lies, just quiet satisfaction. Speech balloon: what would you have done if your daughter-in-law stole $50,000 and tried to lie about it? Let me know in the comments. Thumbs up if you loved this calm but savage revenge story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true tales every week. Bell, and remember, sometimes silence is the loudest revenge.